3. Shalom, our dear friends, and welcome to class number 54, Tesaveh, Parasha Tesaveh, amazing parasha, and we dedicate this to Adiel Zaghi, very, very dear young lady. And as we go toward the end, you will see why I have chosen her to dedicate this class to. So when you read last week parasha, this week parasha, you have to wonder, what is Torah doing to us? It is telling us that the core of Judaism is Beit HaMikdash and the Korbanot. The entire parsha of Truma was about how to build it. This week is about the Kohen Gadol. The Kohen Gadol is our representative to go in and ask for atonement, and it's all about his clothing. And then at the end we go to some korbanot, and the rest of the book of Shemot is dedicated to this Mishkan. And then the next parasha that begins Vayikra. Vayikra is so much of the korbanot. My dear friends, it appears that Torah is setting up that this is the core of Judaism. But what do we know? The Beit HaMikdash gets destroyed. Kohanim are not there anymore to ask for atonement for us. So many Jews thought this is end of Judaism, and Judaism ends here. So how did the Hachamim, with the great wisdom, they found a way to Judaism to go on without that? And I want you to stop. I want you to stop the video right now, because you are that Hacham. You need to find in your way. I want you to think about, what did the Hachamim do for Judaism to continue? You cannot do anything which is outside of Torah. So Torah has been telling us to go this way, and there's a dead end. And you cannot give an idea which is not in Torah, because chas v'shalom, then that's not Judaism. What would you do? So now that you turn on your video again and you watch, I want you to know some amazing thing. Shimon Bar Yochai and a number of other Rav, they sit together, and the question comes up that who do you want to be your top student? Who's going to carry your legacy? The first one says the person who knows the 5 books of Torah. The second one says, I want my student to know the entire Tanakh. The next one says, I want to know all the halacha. And Rabbi Shimon says, I want my student. I want the student to carry my legacy. Be the one that when it comes to problem, doesn't give up. When it comes to problem, is not the end of his life, but the beginning, the new beginning. Because if Hashem is bringing a stumbling block in you, is only for you to become greater, building greater muscles to solve the problem. You know, when the water comes from a mountain and goes down, at every point, the water gets stopped. And the water gets rotten. Some water comes in there and they keep fighting with the stone, they come and go back. And then there is some water that they just keep changing their path, and they run to another problem, and they change their path, another problem. What is the ideal student that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is saying? Is that if you're that water coming down the mountain and you run to blocks, don't run away, face the block. Go around the block, keep finding a way. And if you keep finding a way, you go on, you will create a beautiful scenery. Go see the rivers which full of stone in there, and see how beautiful the water has found its way. And not only it's found its way, it's kept hitting the rock, dancing with every rock, and laughter, the voice of laughter and joy that comes together with the stone, and the water has won. So what did the Hachamim do? Hachamim looked at Torah, they said, that's right. You know, the Kohen Gadol is not there to go ask for atonement anymore. The Beit HaMikdash is not there, it's just all destroyed. So what do we do? And they looked at in Torah, and Hashem that knew all of that, in the previous parasha said something very interesting that we all overlooked and we went on. It says, I want every Jew to be the Mamleket HaKohanim. Now, Hashem has already given us the hint. Hashem wants you to be the Kohen. You gonna step up. And what is the Kohen? The Kohen, the gematria of Kohen is 75. Why is it important? Because we Jews are perfection. In nature, 7 times Sefirot is become 70. Hashem, the sign of infinity is Hashem, which like there are 7 days in a week. There is no 8 days. So Hashem is above nature. And then time Sefirot, 10 becomes 80. So Hashem is 80 in the Kabbalistic ideology. We are 70, and the Kohen is 75. Is in between Israel and between HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mamleket HaKohanim is that every single one of us has to get up. Every single of us going to be involved. Is no longer going to be about one person, but about all of us. But we don't have Moshe. Moshe was the one who was going Har Sinai. And he was the one who was talking to God. What's going to happen to us? And listen carefully, it's so beautiful. When Eldad and Meldad, they come to tell Moshe, when other people come and tell Moshe that Eldad and Meldad have become prophets, and they prophesizing, what you gonna do? Because you were our prophet. And Moshe so beautifully said, no, I am a prophet, but every single Jew has a potential to be the prophet. So I'm not saddened with them become prophecy. I want every Jew to become the prophet. So Torah had 2 points, and these 2 points allowed Hachamim to take it, that every single person can become a prophet. You can talk to Hashem directly, and you are the Kohen. So we don't need a Beit HaMikdash, because you are the Kohen. Wherever you are, you can connect with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that is the new Judaism that emerges out of the ashes of Beit HaMikdash. And in this big parasha, what's a hidden message? It says, the parasha begins to say, when you want to come to the tent of the meeting with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what do? You take the best olives, and you take the juice of it, only the top juice of it, throw away the rest, and just bring that top juice. And with that, you come to light up the menorah. What is saying? It's saying that through the life, there are challenges, and we get crushed many times. But you know what? Don't be disappointed with getting crushed. Bring the top of the oil, bring the best of it, bring the message, bring the lessons of what you learn. And with that, light up the menorah. And last week we talked about that. Our face is the menorah. Menorah has seven lights coming out. You look at your face. You have 3 holes, 1, 2, 3 holes one side, 1, 2, 3 holes on the other side, and your mouth at the center. That you going to life, and you gonna, as you get crushed, don't be disappointed with getting crushed. Get the message of it, get the juice of it, get the essence of it, and light up your menorah and come to the tent of the meeting. Come with the love that you want to be with your lover. During the hard day that you have, and you were crushed during the day, you come home not with the problems. You come home with the essence of what you get. Wow, I got crushed today. And you know what I get? that love, that my dear spouse, because of you, my dear family, my dear community, my dear HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I go out there and I get crushed. And through crushing, I'm not finished, I'm just beginning. I'm just beginning, and with that, I come and get the essence of it, and I get rejuvenated, and I come and I bring it to you. Because of you, I went through all of this thing. And this is the message of Torah. And this is the message of Jewish history. And so as we go through the Jewish history, and we saw how in Iran, we were getting far and far away from Judaism. And now we come to America and we see our children, there's a rejuvenation. They're the one who are getting the message. They're the one who bringing us closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And who's one great example of this that represent our generation? Our dear Adiel Zaghi. That by the age of 18, in as much as she was in Palo Alto, where there is a place that not so many Jews are there, but Judaism was the center of her life. And she goes to Israel for a year and studies Torah in the biggest way, and she comes in and she becomes really great example of our next generation. And as of today, she's joining our group, and she is going to be taking our message and spreading our message through the social media, which I'm like a dinosaur. This is the new generation job, to take the message and spread it. So my dear friends, you are the Kohen, you are the 75. You take the message and you spread it, and you bring the spirituality and light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to make this world a much better place. Have a great week.